Welcome everybody to the first episode of GTD Talks. And I'm your host, Ken. I was about to say MCUA, but yeah, I'm your host Ken. Today we will discuss with the players of Sonus Factorum stories and what's going on in their mind. Today my first guests are people who are very close to my heart. Actually, only one is the other one kind of generic, but it's okay. Get out of the room.
I gotta go.
I have Ryan and Alex. Alright, since you guys, the camera is there.
Hi!
Yeah, this is my mic.
Shit!
Okay,
Oh,
for those who don't know, introduce yourself, yeah? Okay.
Okay, I'm Alex, I'm 29, and I play Recohla. Oh, what was the name? Okay, Recohla one time, and I am a high elf girl who really wants to make a name for herself. And her backstory is something like she's trying to actually escape from her family back in Neverwinter. So that is me. Now your turn.
Hola.
Two people playing
Hi.
two people.
I am Ryan, also known as Fishy. I'm 23 this year. Boyfriend to this girl. I play two characters. One of them is Malachai. The other one is Elizabeth. Malachai is a really dark wizard that dwells and delves deep into evocation and necromancy. Elizabeth is more on the friendlier side.
Okay, without wasting any fucking time, let's get into the actual question what everyone's been asking. All of our fans, all four of them. I won't even name names.
Four of them.
Yes, we have four fans. All four fans. This one's for you. You've been asking me to ask him.
Wait, are we on live? Are we live?
So,
Nig.
Alex, Ryan, Malachi.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Are you a dumbass?
Why, Malachi? Why?
To answer your question, actually, a few things to address lah. Beginning is Malachi dynamic of the team. One of it is probably I was feeling a lot of coercion, so it wasn't really cohesive as a group. The other one is his end goals aren't exactly the same as the group, so I don't think it will probably fit. So I guess if you go towards the idea of something like Vox Machina, I think was it Percy or something?
Oh right, Percy.
Yeah, but I took it a little bit more extreme, so I blew my head off. But
Okay, no. That was writer Fishy talking. I'm talking about what was going through Malachi's.
Oh, okay. So according to Malachi, the most important thing is scoring, obviously, and he has no more time to do it because he has to rush everything. Imagine like tomorrow's the last day of your life, and you have so many unfinished business. Of course, you do everything in your power to just do what you can, and that means going at it alone. So that was probably going through Malachi's mind. Everything was out, everything was just locked out, and in the end, probably left Shah a little bit disappointed, not gonna lie, but I guess in the end he decided to join one of his best friends.
You decided to make your death process early when you said you are running out of time. Isn't that kind of strange?
He was running out of time.
So you made him run out of time even more.
Well, I did expect him to completely run out of time.
But you played him.
Now listen here, okay? Hear me out. I got this. Now. Yeah, that's all.
Yes.
Actually, I wasn't there when they were playing the story between how you shot, almost blasted your head off. I
did, with a natural 20.
Yeah, so what happened?
I blew my head off.
Why?
Because I had balls of steel.
How?
Well, Malachi kind of lost.
Lost it.
Decided that, you know what, I have one place I can go to and that's to.
Oh.
And I think that was
from his long lost girlfriend.
Technically not. Unfortunately. There we go. So, yeah.
Okay, since we're on this topic of this make-believe character, Recohla, what does sorry, Alex, what is Recohla? What was Recola's kind of like relationship with Malachai?
Well, the first thing that, because Malachai was the first person that Recohla met ever since she got out from Neverwinter. First person she came across, first person she went on the adventure with, trip with. So it's only like a span of a few weeks, but Recohla inside she already formed this. She thinks that Malachai is like really important to her because technically Malachai really helped her in the early stages of her trying to get out there and survive. So that is what made Recohla really connected to him. But it might seem really one-sided. That's what I think. And Recohla doesn't really know that until Malachai has done all this stupid bullshit. And now, knowing that, ever since that time when Malachai decided to dimension door and get out of here, Recohla is honestly very, very, very disappointed and very, like, how to say, friendship love has turned to hate. Disappointment and all that stuff, like, how can you do this to me? How can you let me down? You know that I'm new out there and you decide to just abandon me and just go on and do all this stuff without even considering that, hey, my friend here, few weeks, been together, she's new out here, and you know what, I'm just gonna do my own thing. That's what Malachai thinks, so Recohla like, are you for real?
There's a lot of internal anger.
Are you for real?
Do you think, since Recohla has no idea about his passing, but he had all she knows is that he left, has maybe left a scar in her in trusting people ever again?
Yes, she did, and that's what happened to Elizabeth. Like Recohla had this, internal scar. Like, oh my god, I can't trust all these spellcasters. They all learn spellcasting for a reason. That's what Recohla thinking. They learn spellcasting for like the individual reason and don't give a shit about the other things that are gonna happen to them because they're really into those things. That their own personal motivations and shit. That's what Recohla thinking. So.
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned Elizabeth too, yeah. And also another magic user, kind of like, here comes the flashbacks, but she will never be Malachai. So, my question is, what is Recohola's thoughts about magic users at this point?
Recohla now, after encountering Elizabeth, she obviously trusts Elizabeth a lot more because of her starting to understand that Elizabeth is not a Malachai. Malachai is just probably being himself and not like she officially removed the stereotype of her thinking that magic users are fucked up.
Oh.
She kinda like but deep down maybe she got like this 10% she's like,
What if she does the same?
if she does the same thing, Recohla is just gonna
That's it.
that's it, man. Fuck this shit, man. Yeah, that's what Recohla thinks.
So, okay, on the Elizabeth topic, Ryan, how was the transition of playing Malachai to playing Elizabeth?
Obviously the good leader, the spellcaster, I was a spellcaster, so I think it was only natural to just make another user because I was already on that trajectory of like really, I knew just about everything about wizard.
So you could make a sorcerer of your life.
Yeah, I have to learn it again. Warlock, it's kind of close to my heart for a different reason, so I just didn't want to play another Warlock yet. But so I was thinking it's probably another wizard unless Elizabeth dies and I'm just gonna do a cleric or fuck everything. But the transition was pretty hard because sometimes because they're not professional voice actors, the transition of voices especially, sometimes I just talk in Elizabeth's voice in Malachai's voice, which is like, yes. That's how it is. Then Elizabeth is more higher pitch. And And sometimes the inner Malachai comes out because technically I am Malachai. And then Elizabeth is like a new me. So it's like trying to get rid of the old traits is a little bit hard, but I think eventually I made a very clear distinction of who is who. Someone's a little bit easier to go with and a lot less mentally straight. So I think
So now that we're also on the meta of things, abrupt segue into maybe telling a little bit about the players. Ryan and Alex, this question is for both of you. How did you get into D&D?
Oh, Kenn. Oh no, actually Ryan and then Kenn. Like,
Did he tell you about D&D before you met him?
I think like he didn't really tell me much. And when I created like my first character ever in D&D, I really didn't know what to do. I honestly was like stumped, like, what are all these things? I see the character sheet and I'm kind of like overwhelmed. Yeah, but after that I got used to it. So how I got into D&D, and yeah, for real Kenn, and that's it.
Was this your first time hearing about D&D?
That time, yes.
Oh wow, so you never heard of D&D outside?
Yes.
Wow, that is surprising. I assume like, because D&D is quite...
I guess I'm
I'm very chichong, and my chichong circle doesn't do stuff like this at all. No one has heard about it.
This is very
oh.
Sorry.
Okay, Ryan, how did you get into D&D?
You guessed it. It's Kenn.
It's always me.
It's Kenn.
It's my opening line. It's my icebreaker.
He goes to everywhere. D&D is like giving out drugs, but instead of drugs, it's just D&D. Okay, but to also continue on this topic of being in D&D, what is it about D&D, Ryan, that you like, that makes you stay? It's definitely a storytelling. Naturally, I'm already a storyteller. I do a bunch of stuff, story narratives, and I don't know. I guess the storytelling aspect is really what puts me into D&D. It's not really about. It doesn't feel like I'm playing a game. It feels like I'm living in a different reality. And it feels like I'm in a drama series. It feels like I'm in an episode of Breaking Bad going for a few seasons.
You mentioned about the voices and transitioning from other types to this, but
Yeah.
do you think that voices are an important part of D&D?
I'm not really actually. It's just a lot more immersive if you make yourself believe that you are making a voice that you can picture.
Because Critical Role I think has built the stigma of people not doing voices and stuff. So like, hey, like why are you not narrating this like Matthew Mercer and stuff like that?
Not everyone's Matthew Mercer.
Nobody can make the Matthew Mercer.
D&D's Keanu Reeves.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But I think fuck up people think. I don't think Critical Role will want to go out and say, hey, we should be making voices in the game. But it does have the narrative and the emotion.
What about you, Alex? What is about D&D like?
Actually, a lot of things I like to feel like it's an escape from life. And this is a different world where you can be someone else. And also, I think it's a sort of freedom of expression, and it's a really, really fun way to get to enjoy time with your friends. And also, last time I really liked acting, but I found out like along those lines, I'm trying to figure out how D&D works and all that stuff. I feel like I didn't act Recohla as good as it can potentially be. So I mean, I like acting and all, but I am very new to this, and I felt like I could have done Recohla's part in acting a lot better. Like sometimes I would feel like in my other campaign, I think I acted Chombo a little bit better, and sometimes Yanto a little bit better. But Recohla's part, I think I kind of messed up from the beginning.
I mean, it is your first character ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I tried to hold it together, and then after that, she just kind of lost her shit. And then I put in a lot of my Alex personal touch in it, and then Recohla and Alex is just, it's really closely linked now. So I need to pull it back.
They say the first character you create is usually who you want to be, and then the second character you make is usually who you are. I don't know. It's like
That a thing?
it's a thing.
What?
Some psychology.
Gosh.
I think I skipped the first part and I became the second one. It became who I am.
Okay, so let's not speak ill of the dead anymore. Ryan, Elizabeth, not a lot of Elizabeth's backstory has been really revealed, other from you saying it about the various and stuff. But what is anything that you would like to say about Elizabeth's backstory?
There's this Eric after the end of Sonus Factorum or before?
Oh no, this is halfway.
Sorry?
Halfway through. So means our last session.
Well, I don't.
Last
Our last session.
I don't know. I don't know if I should say it right now because I have to spoil the experience from her. Not much from you because you already know.
So Recohla already knows, but she knows like the surface level of it.
Summary.
Just because like one time she forced Elizabeth to tell her everything because she's really done the secrets and all that kind of stuff.
Elizabeth's not gonna keep secrets. She's new, she's fresh. Elizabeth's backstory, I don't know, it's just a lot more on the tragedy that you get through so much trauma of being seen as a different person that you're actually punished for being different. And then you find some hope in someone else and you rest that hope on someone because you don't have anyone else. And then that person that you thought was your hope takes everything that you have away. It's really hard to do. And I think it's a challenge not just for Elizabeth, but it's a challenge for me to get the feeling straight. Like, how would a person feel? So like when I'm at home, I usually look up psychological books and all that, like how would a person react, handle trauma, how does it link to what. And I try my best to play to what Elizabeth would be. So that's usually what I think of her backstory. Like, basically, hope being taken away from you by someone you thought was your hope. Yeah, so that's mostly what I won't give away too much.
Speaking of getting everything taken away from you, Recohla met Kenn some time ago, and then after everything has happened, met Kenn again, but in different circumstances. What was going through Recohla's mind when he found out that it was Kenn?
First of all, sorry. Anyway.
Honestly, Recohla has not seen Kenn for a long time. But everything, a lot of things are going on. She even forgotten Kenn's name. And this one problem is, I think, at Recohla's standpoint, she should remember his face. Then the thing about Recohla is, yeah, Recohla does have this connection with Kenn. And when she saw that Kenn was about to die, she was actually pretty devastated. That I thought one day, sometime, she would go back to wherever Kenn is and go back to see him again and tell him what has been after all this hustle and bustle and all this stuff. Now Kenn is right in front of me, but he's dying. Yeah. And Recohla has not just lost Kenn, she has lost Bob, she has lost Labu, and all these people, and it's taking a toll on her, and she's like, yo.
Sonus is not for the weak of heart.
No, Recohla just out here new and fresh, and then 3 friends gone. Died. Mati. Why? Kenn, why? Why?
Dion, why Dion? Talk about on-screen backstory development.
It's happening right now.
This game is supposed to everyone enjoy, not watch people die.
Okay, on the let's continue on this topic of heartbreaks and a lot of terrible things happening. This question is for both of you.
Oh.
Antoine's one father figure is no longer here. Wait. How do you think that this is going to impact Antoine's future?
First, man.
What do you mean?
I can't do this.
Because you're the one who killed yourself. You don't care about Antoine. And then what you... Well, the guy is a piece of shit. He doesn't give a shit about people who he just met. He only lives in the past and he doesn't give a shit about his present. He doesn't live in the now and he doesn't give a shit. So,
Okay, Alex, calm down. Let's not speak ill of the piece of shit.
Okay. It's alright, DM. Alright, we'll see what this book does.
Oh no!
I think Anton is going to have a really rough time. I think there might be a few ways he could go. First, breathe by Recola. Second, not breathe by Recola. And be helpless, but I think he will grow in his own way. Just don't know how. Recola is just devastating at all times. Antoine, I'm really worried about him, so I really don't know what's going on.
We're all waiting on you, father figure.
Talking about this.
Yeah.
Obviously, I love Antoine.
Yeah,
Probably my second ever favorite NPC.
I said, get that very bad NPC, but I decided to kill myself.
Let him talk.
That's all. Thank you very much. That's all for GTD.
Sorry.
So far.
I'll try to shut up.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, Antoine is up there one of my favorite PCs. I don't know. One of our friends, Roger, he says NPCs are expendable. For me, I don't think so. Because I really feel like storytelling wise, everyone is not expendable unless they are because they're piece of shit. But the most important thing I think about NPCs is what do they give to the narrative and if they are expendable at all. So, which is brilliant because I love that everyone has different ideas for everything and everyone it doesn't go in cohesively. Actually, it's working well because it goes into our characters. So about Antoine not growing up with a father figure, how it turned out, it does hurt me to see how he will grow up without someone that used to teach him spell, brought him up. But Malachai can rest assured that once we grow up, matures a little bit more and grows up a bit more in this story, because this story is basically Catcher in the Rye for Recola. But once it is where she is at a point, I think Recola can definitely take over Malachai's heart. And I thought to grow up to be a good man. Hopefully, if it's under Recola, it's a higher chance you grow up to be a better person than Recola. And now he's with this real person, I'm not sure, I can't remember. Yeah, we'll find out, I guess. Okay. Unless the DM wants to talk about it. DM.
No, I don't think you should spoil it.
Yeah, actually, this is like kind of like just a freestyle talk, so we can talk about it. I didn't actually expect Antoine to go on the adventure with me initially, and then I started rolling stats, and then I realized, oh, I guess Antoine's there. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Existed into existence.
I think it's something that you never expect. Something suddenly happened, and I guess it's part of the narrative already. Yeah, it's kind of cool. See how it just organically takes place. I think that's why I don't believe it. Okay, relationships. Recola and Elizabeth don't show any signs of romance towards any NPCs or anyone. So, what's their love life like?
I know. He's dead.
Was there a romantic connection between you and Kenn?
It's just like a very small stuff. Very, very small. You guys so small, sometimes I probably don't even see it. But for us still, she doesn't miss Cameron that much. She's just like, yeah, sitting once, he flirted with me once. He's actually that nice. I tried to help him and stuff. We got this small connection over here. Man, I'm gonna go back and see him one time. Bam, he did. He did. Yeah. He did.
What about Elizabeth's? I assume Elizabeth has not.
Not
Yeah,
Would you say that when she first met her barrier, was there something going on?
Well, Varys isn't really someone she sees as a love interest, more of like a father figure and a big brother or a mentor that she never had and she very desperately wanted. So love isn't really on the menu for her for now. You know, maybe perhaps when she goes on, maybe she'll find someone. You know, I do hope and I do wish for Elizabeth to have the best life, but she has had the worst life. But she doesn't have any love interest now.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about you guys being music, right? Recohla has some obvious tensions with Horn whenever you guys are deciding to do things. Elizabeth, on the other hand, is the newest in the group, and you know that this group has been traveling for about a week or two. What is making both of your characters stay in the group and the direction that they're going?
I think the most important thing is Antoine and Sharp, because about the time that I died, I had a connection with Sharp. I decided that I should outlive who I was and become as great as a rogue, and good rogue, not evil rogue, to actually go down the business, do stuff, and actually do change in this world. That is what Recohla wants.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can change. Person.
4.0.
No, Recohla just has this really grand vision of what she wants to do. Like this, but maybe not doing bad stuff, doing good stuff.
I never knew that there was a second wrapping. I almost put it in my mouth. And I realized, oh,
We were about to use one DM.
press the hitting button. Hey, dude, turtles eat them all the time. It's fine.
And they died.
No! Fuck!
But there's
Um,
10 HP.
What's making Elizabeth say anything?
Well, because she has no one. She's been traveling around for 1 month now alone, and she met a bunch of people who were chased by a bunch of random desert dogs that really look scary in real life. I guess the good Elizabeth decided after now and found out that hey, there's some fellowship here, especially when Lobu was really nice to Elizabeth, kind of hooked on with Lobu because no one has ever been nice to her. And the promise of, oh, if I help you beat Nox, you guys will help me beat Avarius, right? And the group was like, yeah, sure, man, whatever. And she's not really exactly looking to beat Avarius, more like she knows she's not strong enough to face Avarius alone. It's more of like safe dental insurance, because at the end of the day, she is afraid of Avarius. Very, very afraid. And like a little girl, in a room where there's a big demon, shadow demon over your head, you hide under the blanket and the party is kind of like coming out. What's making her stay is not wanting to be alone. That's what I like to do. That's the top
Hey, Recohla. Recohla's parents are after her. Will she eventually go back or continue to run from the parents?
God doesn't want anything to do with her parents, because God knows that when she was back, her parents will try in every single way possible to keep her in. And that's the scary part. It's like, and that's why God is going to go back. But if her parents, right, is going way too far on tormenting her, doing shit to her teammates, she will eventually go back. And insult the shit out of them and get out of there in every single way possible. Should not stop until the parents stop. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Elizabeth saw Avarius finally after quite some time, and as mentioned, Avarius mentioned Nox and Vecna. What would she do if she met him again?
No, I think recently she got to 0 HP and I think we both texted in WhatsApp. And I think the idea of Elizabeth has always been everyone does deserve a second chance because her team I've been writing her a team of 4. So she does think that there is good in the area still. But it's very hard to see, especially after seeing her parents get but she does still think that there is a little bit of hope inside the barriers that maybe she can pull out of him so when she met the barriers it felt very personal and she was very caught in the moment that she didn't know what to think, but if you can start doing him now that would be
Viewing Avarius would be the next step. Huh?
I don't know, maybe not.
Or her kill.
I don't know, because she dropped 0 HP, she is very thin. So she's more like a okay, I do think that we need to talk.
Right. Okay. Now that we're done with all the unimportant questions, let's get into the real important questions.
What? Those ones are important questions?
those weren't important?
I'm scared. Alright.
So, first question is for both. I mean, the important one, right? This is the first question for the important one. If your character was a drink, what would you do?
What? Dude!
Got him!
Fuck! Now let me think about it.
Every person.
Recola likes lime juice.
Mm.
Her favorite drink is lime juice. But one problem with her is, once she got this black finger thing going on, she really does think that her days are numbered. She's starting to shift to tequila.
Wow.
And also about all these things happening to her. Lobu dying, Malachai died. Malachai not dying yet, just like last time she was missing and all that. At one point, she was just like, you know what? Yeah, ew. Yeah, tequila. Fuck it, man. My day might be numbered. So that's what is.
Another question is, does anybody want to?
Oh, yes, please.
Coke. Favorite Coke.
Malachai is
Coke. Not a sponsor. I mean, it's just a generic cola. Don't think. What would Malachai be and what would Elizabeth be?
Malachai would be Jack Daniels.
And Coke. Shit!
What is that going?
It's American whiskey.
You mean Jack Daniels and cola? Whiskey and cola, you mean? You mean whiskey and cola?
Yeah, I guess so. Cut it out. I'll say like a mix of whiskey and cola. Because like the intensity of whiskey goes very well with cola. Because there's a little bit of sweetness in the cola that when the fizzy, gassy drinks that kind of choke you when you drink it. That's pretty much my type. Elizabeth, on the other hand, she's I guess she would like to be like a strawberry orange soda, but she's not. She's like kind of like absent instead.
I think she's a redeemer.
She's a leftover.
But actually it's absent.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because when you drink absinthe, you put fire, and the idea of fire becomes yeah.
Oh shit. That's just a what a visual representation.
Everything needs to make sense.
Okay. So in the words of your characters, without Elizabeth and Recola, what would their description or like if I told your characters to like tell me something about these characters, Horn and Zara. What would it be? How would they describe it? In terms of attributes.
Nicola would say, well, Horn just wants to find Josh good though. Josh is really good. A good guy. Yep, that's all I was just gonna say.
Well, she hasn't been around with Horn enough because a lot of time he is sleeping. Because obviously the player didn't come in for a while. But I guess in the short time that she knows Horn, especially the encounter with what was it? I almost said Lily. But in Elizabeth's words it will be Lily.
Okay.
So when Jill told Elizabeth that this one won't wake up unless he wants to because of the death of his master, Horn, the death of his master and everything like that, she kind of came to realize that beneath this hard-skinned demeanor that this monk presents himself, inside there's a soul that does truly wish to find the answers that he can't find. Because one level on the journey is the death of his master. And trying to get this answer out of Nox, because the answers kind of point to Nox, but being unable to get anything out of Nox, unable to squeeze any water out of Nox kind of frustrates him and drives him insane. So that's why it's good for things about Honda. So Zara is kind of a wild paladin that shouldn't really be a paladin. So
Ajaran sesat.
Ilmu hitam.
Ilmu hitam.
Like she's a paladin who probably summon a toyo and run.
Ah shit.
She's that insane, man. So she's not really sure what to do about Zara because Zara kind of doesn't have a direction of what she wants. She's just rolling with the idea of having no memory. And Vanessa, on the other hand, is someone that Elizabeth sees trying to have this intimate talk with Zara, but Zara wants to have this intimate talk with Katira instead. And I'm pronouncing it right.
Yes.
So she doesn't really know what to do about Katira, Zara, because it's like Zara is everything that she's not supposed to be. So it's like, wait, what do you mean? Yeah. So I think it's an amazing dynamic.
Okay, you mentioned like Katira and the NPCs that also passed. What does and also because both of your characters suddenly met these extra two who seem to know Zara and Horn. What do your characters think about them, Selena and Vanessa?
In the beginning, Recohla just feels like, oh, okay, Horn knows this person and Zara knows this person. I'm just gonna mind their own business and they can just follow the team and whatever, as long as they don't cause like any trouble. And this bitch who just comes out and kidnaps everyone and banish to society and the group. Those are the things that she shouldn't do. Now Recohla is just like, I should have listened to Zara. Zara was right about it. You're a bitch. Kidnap everyone, don't trust the group, acting on her own, doing all these stuff. I mean, I'm a rogue too, but does every rogue need to be that way? No, you don't. If you're a bitch, you are a bitch. Doesn't mean that you're a rogue.
Alex me 2022.
Yes, sir.
If you're a bitch, you're a bitch.
But that's always Recohla thinks that, oh, okay, I hope that she doesn't hurt Vera because we don't know where she's from, we don't know how she's going to get to her past, and she does seem kind of desperate to make Vera recollect memories, and she looks holy, but Recohla doesn't 100% trust her, and most of the time Recohla really kind of minds her own business about where's Malachai, where, how to say, am I having fun at the carnival, or being annoying, and her not trusting Elizabeth. So she has a lot more stuff to tend to, and also like the free skill and all that. A lot of things to think about. So she doesn't really care about Serena and Vanessa. Katira though, Katira is pretty cool. Yeah, like you know things that Katira is like really cool, really steady. Yeah. Although like last time Katira and Recohla had a little bit of a bit of a standoff. For a time it was their first night, and after that she came back like, oh okay, thank fucking God she came back, that is great. You need Katira. Maybe. So,
Yeah.
what's up?
Oh, thank
How?
Yeah. What about thoughts on
Serena.
I think Adira since usually.
Oh, sure. Okay, as Malachai?
As
As Elizabeth.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Vanessa?
Yeah.
You didn't live.
Elizabeth does not trust Serena and at all. It's more of an intuition thing, but she doesn't really like them at all because of all these hidden agendas and all these hidden things that they're trying to do. And Elizabeth is not really one of those people that that really appreciates people with hidden agendas, because the last time she trusted someone with hidden agendas, that person burned down her entire village.
Oh shit!
But it's not too much in this case. It's more like Serena feels like the person that only cares for herself, and most or so probably just Vanessa upon. Yeah, everyone else is oh wow, okay, sure. As for Vanessa, she doesn't really know what to say about Vanessa, but she's a warlock and she dabbles in like Shah's magic, and I think Elizabeth kind of did a history check on Shah before, and she has this feeling that Shah's destiny in this story can, for good or for bad, not very sure yet. So she has no idea how to feel about Vanessa, because Vanessa is a champion. So Katira, she thinks Katira is a badass. Like, this girl's awesome. She's very cool. You know, she kind of looks up to Recohla and Katira. She got both of these people are like girl figures that she can go link up to and go, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, man, go power, who needs money?
Yeah, come on, man. Stupid country for
Oh, what's your star? What's it say? BC for my stunning strike. 14.
Oh shit! Oh man, this guy's a savage.
I don't understand what's 14, man. I'm sitting up here with 16 BC.
Oh!
Hello.
God damn!
Plus 5 intelligence.
Okay, guys. Quit playing games. Okay. Important questions.
What color's my underwear?
What food, right? You stand.
If your character had a theme song, what would it be?
I never really thought about
You can answer for both Malachai and Elizabeth if you want. Or you want to just answer one of them.
Which one would you prefer?
I would prefer obviously. I can do both. So just
I'll be Malachai first. I actually have theme songs for them in my Spotify list.
You mentioned it.
Yeah. Where I listen to it and go before I play D&D for the character, I listen to this song. Because
No, I never thought of this question.
Okay, me
I really
first.
don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
I'll do Elizabeth first because it's easier. There's a song by Beach House. It's called Energy to the Void.
Let me look for a song.
It's a very slow and very painful song to listen to, but it's very but the singer's voice is very sweet, kind of like yeah. Malachai, it's a song by this band called My Chemical Romance. Do you know what they do to people like us in prison? Because it's fucked up.
But I know.
You know, of course you know, but
OG.
Teachers of Fishy Revenge.
Of course. Alex, do you want to answer for Recola, or are you just too busy with
Oh my God.
talking about?
Still looking for a song.
Choose a traffic convenience song.
That's right,
No,
Alex. This
no.
question is very important.
Yeah. Oh, you dumb or something?
People will judge you.
Yeah, our 4 followers will judge you.
I think I'll go with Kaleidoscope from Starfish.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Well,
I like Cloud.
that's Starfish too. I think this is like a new song.
How's it song?
No, this is like a song that we heard, and by you were one of the best.
Oh, it's not in our album.
No.
It's an EP.
Alright, this question is for Elizabeth. She heard a lot of this Malachai person. What does Elizabeth, what are her thoughts about this character that she's never seen before? His name you passed around.
I'll read to you a transcript of what you know.
Oh shit!
At first it was like insecurity.
Oh.
Because people, like, especially someone like Horn, and then there was this hobbit that she met that said, wow, this guy, he was like the best wizard, and he was the most amazing wizard you've ever seen. His first stats are better. Anyway,
Oh.
so obviously at the beginning she was kind of like, wow, I'm feeling in really big shoes that I don't think I can live up to because, you know, I only have this handful of spells that very taught me, and she hasn't actually met combat before until that day because she just left home. The only thing she's ever seen is death and fire and ashes. So the moment these people start bringing up Malachai this, Malachai that, Malachai this, Malachai that, she's more like, I will try to be as good as he is, although that is a failure because I think there was this hobbit guy, I forgot his name, hobbit, halfling.
Yeah.
Halfling. I said that, oh, in school this, like, Malachai was like one of the only people who could like one shot an entire tree, and everyone was like, whoa, this was just thinking like, oh, it's cool. So, and she also kind of feels that Malachai is so important to you that everyone that comes in, she's like, are you a Malachai? And when they say, no, I'm not Malachai, and then it's Elizabeth thing to say, okay then, not Malachai. And then along the way, she'll just say, yeah, not Malachai didn't do that, it's fine. So I think it's a little thing that separates her from Malachai. But I think that's one part in the journal that she...
Yeah, it's a small little friendship. Everybody will want to hear that.
But Malachai... There is this, and there is that. Ah, okay. Oh yeah, okay. This Malachai, so many great stories about him. But I feel so small because he must have been a great person as well until his recent betrayal. Sometimes one might ask yourself, why would someone as great as Malachai do things as rash and desperate? what drove him to madness? Maybe what matters now is the various and not disease. Yeah, that's something she wrote about. Wow. It's what she thinks of that.
It's like a plot of Black Swan. Remember that other dancer who got retired and all that shit?
Oh yeah!
That person is Malachi, and
She's
the new
Natalie
Swan
Portman.
Queen is this
I'm Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman.
Black Swan, which is of course my nickname in high school. Oh shit, forgot.
Why?
Say wrong thing again. Think for that. Say wrong thing again.
Come on.
Okay, do you guys have any probably questions for me as a GM? Maybe I should like reveal to everyone, or you guys want to know?
No, if I would ask
Within reason.
to all these spoilers. Okay, how about did you initially said that Lobo had to die?
No,
What?
none of the deaths that ever happened on Sonus was planned. It was just a roll of the dice, ever.
So that's
Elizabeth could have died with the Dalfraxes. Remember the first encounter? Elizabeth could have died.
things that I could put up.
Was it? No, it wasn't never dropped to 0 HP until last time. The risk.
Oh, cancer was. Oh, yeah.
1980 the lineage.
Yeah. So Lobo wasn't meant to die.
I never would have wrote for anyone to die ever. Like even Malachi was like, I wrote so much for Malachi. Fuck.
I thought that was like a plot that I can use to like advance my backstory. So
Ah.
that I can blame it on my parents, get more hatred towards my parents. Just because Lobo died. Killed someone that is important to me and stuff like that. My parents don't give a shit. Like I could, because of that I could write about this.
Yeah.
That's great, that's great. But I mean, still pretty sad I Lobo died.
But you could also just write it anyway, even though I did plan the death. I mean, it's always a possibility that someone will like just die because in encounter. Anything happen.
Sometimes people are still replies that. Did you have the fact of him?
Okay, so far, I mean, you guys came like really close to losing a lot. Especially with like even in an encounter where Malachi dropped to 0, and Recohla, Horn was dropped to 0 and stuff like that. Do you think that you guys as players would come into that encounter where you're like, okay, this is a bit too much, I'm gonna run, or are you just going to just all out?
But 99% of the time, we just fight.
I think there are times where actually I try to run, especially the recent one with the Wisp. But the problem is they came out of nowhere. I was thinking I could just Misty Step away or Thunder Step away because I could those two spells for damage. But the problem is they kept coming out of nowhere and I was just afraid I would just waste the spell and wouldn't do anything at all because our idea was to get on the card and cut off. But Wisp sounds a bit good. So, I think there was one with the many forest that we had at Geo's area. Elizabeth wanted to get the fuck out. That's why she cast a sickening radius in the aura to try and exhaust the Medical and the immediate Medical. But the other Medicals and behind us came along after that. So running is on Elizabeth's #1 priority.
It's on the menu.
It's today's special. It's the today's special, the tomorrow special, and it's the soup of the day. But it's like I'm serving the same soup of the day for like a week now. Shut up, it's so fucking cold.
Okay, for both your characters, in character, what do they think that the relation of Nox, Vecna, High Ice, and Akatla are together?
Recohla is in the. She's in the bushes, man. She doesn't know. She doesn't know any of that. She has her own personal motivations. She just wants to recover. I don't care who's fighting what. I just want to get out of here. And if fighting Nox can make a name for myself, so be it. That's what Recohla thinks. she doesn't really care who's with who as long as we defeat the bad guys.
But isn't good and bad just your perspective of things?
Yeah, very respectful. Like, she thinks that Avarius has some sort of. He is speaking some sort of. He has his own views, but then Recohla is not sure whether Avarius is lying, and if he's not, and Recohla thinks that he's not, then maybe Avarius is trying to help. Then that might be what Avarius wants to do. That's why Recohla doesn't definitely think someone is good or bad, but as long as those people don't hurt the people who are in hurting, then you don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. Yeah, that's what Recohla thinks.
So what's the question?
Oh, what does your characters think that the relationships, the relation between Nox and Vecna, Darius, and all these things?
I'm not sure if Elizabeth did a history role of Vecna.
I think she rolled low.
And
And I think I told you that she heard of him. Old age, in life a long time.
so she definitely has no thoughts on Nox and Vecna. It's more of the side of Avarius. Nox and Vecna sound very intimidating though. Because if Avarius is working with them, she would probably think that, oh, these other two are like his standard of like spellcasting ability and expertise. So basically she's already thinking, wow, we're fighting three Avarius, three people that are like my master's level. It's very as for the relation with three of them, when we met Avarius, Avarius mentioned about getting that locket that is on Zera now, that possesses her a lot.
Vortex is a big man.
But apparently, like Avarius said that Vecna needed this thing to counter what gods were going to interfere and all that stuff. It starts to sound like it's a job that doesn't. It's probably a bit too big for her. She feels very small. But at the end of the day, she is a small girl that still can't find a footing in life. And then she's immediately thrown into a cauldron with like Vecna, Nox, and Avarius. It just feels so overwhelming for someone like Elizabeth who just coming out from her village being burned. Alright, the world's ending. Oh, now we are the Nox hunters. Now, okay. But I think some things do give her a little bit of confidence. Like some small things in life. I think one of them was when she casted a spell to attack Kainon when he was under the spell, and Kainon was like, oh, you're a lot stronger than the last wizard. And she was like, oh, in her mind, it was more like, oh really? Shit, yeah, alright. So, and something like when she supports the team with her spells, because she's not like Malachai who just goes out guns blazing, mostly more on the offensive side. She's also very on the utility side, where she helps her teammates. You know, she casts Threatened Spells on the teammates. She has haste, but she hasn't used haste yet. All these help utility spells that help the team as well. So I think she, at the end of the day, she needs that anchor from her team to feel like she's secure from Nox, Vecna, and obviously Avarius.
So, at the end of this, the rules that you are currently going for, which is Elizabeth, when you finally get the Avarius, get the answers that you want, Nox is probably supposed to subdue in some way, Vecna is no longer trying to destroy the world. Where do you see your characters after that? And Recohla probably maybe finally cutting ties with family. What is your character with
She
What
wants
would
to
it be?
get as involved with the team's goal as much as possible. She wants to be the greatest or the
What about once she's a million dollar? What then?
I don't know. Retire? Let me think.
Once you say you fell off, you retired.
She just wanted to feel. Yeah. Even hideouts can be anything they want, except being just a hideout who's high up there religious and such an asshole to everyone because they think they're better than everyone. And Recohla doesn't want that. She wants to feel down to earth. She wants to feel not a poser. You don't really think about what to do after surgery, right? Yeah. It sounds like after you win an Oscar, what are you going to do the night after that? It's like, what are you going to do? You're going to drink till empty next morning?
I guess if I only find yourself. What about Elizabeth?
A lot of things matter at the after she comes. Let's say if she can get the barriers to be back on her side, or like, you know, take, like at least touch the good that is in reach for it. Maybe travel the barriers if he's good. Or he's alright with it. Or if not, then let's say we have to kill like this. Or look to like the group, you know, like maybe Recohla. She sees Recohla as like a person who's also like kind of looking, and she looks at the Recohla because she looks more sturdy, done more, a bit more. Although there are some things that Recohla makes that Elizabeth can't agree with, especially the death part. But who knows, maybe Elizabeth will try to fix Recohla. Because she's under this hex or like decay that is becoming her body. She has to keep killing to prolong her life, and maybe Elizabeth can help with that. Like, she does see a future with people that she really hopes to have. That, you know, she hopes that those people can see a future for her.
Okay, that is the end of the questions. Is there anything you would like to tell the viewers?
Watch us on YouTube.
Watch us on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we really appreciate y'all support us. For real. Thank you so much. You guys cool with watching 4-hour long talk show. No, wait, 4-hour long sessions. Because for a lot of people, like even me, I don't really watch Critical Role. And I think for people who don't watch Critical Role or sessions like D&D and these like this, if this is like the first D&D session that you are watching, then we're really grateful for your support. That's really, really nice of you to support us.
so D&D is very fun, and I don't know, it just makes me feel so happy that I get to share with these bunch of people, and it's so nice if like we can take this further with these people that share the same vision. I really do hope that Joshua Dragons can take off as soon as it can, because I just want to have as much fun and make it a thing that I can do every week without constantly to my friends that also share this idea of storytelling and brilliant narrative with me. So, and I'm doing it with my girlfriend, so it's also a plus.
Good girlfriend!
Yeah, and I really do love playing Elizabeth, and used to love playing Malachai too. So it'd be great if you watch us for the dedication we put in, because I put a lot of dedication to Elizabeth, and how the I put in a lot of dedication to Sonus Factorum. That I don't know, man. it just feels great.
I don't know how much our Dan wrote, but he wrote like. No, wait, even for his own campaign, I don't know.
That's for another episode.
He wrote a lot. Oh, yeah,
Thank you guys for joining us and talking to everybody on camera. Ryan, Alex, great people. Known them for a while. They're awesome. Great players as well. Don't forget to check them on their socials also. Don't forget. Georgetown Dragons. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends. You know.
Right.
Yeah. And play more games. Dungeons and Dragons is dope. Freedom of expression. You can just play anytime. 10 out of 10. Recommended by dentists worldwide.
Dentists worldwide.
Roger hello.
Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next session. Oh, another announcement. We're doing Ryan's campaign. Ryan will be DMing us, so it's called Ruin Nation. Don't forget to check that out as well. And other future projects, if you guys can also continue to support it, that'd be fucking great. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you in the next session, in the next talk. MC Way, Ken. Take care. Everybody say bye.
Bye! Remember, see you episode 2 of GTD Talks.